Welcome back to the channel, guys. Quick update on the red car. You will probably have seen this if you follow me on the socials. So what have we done since the last time? Well, it's quite obvious that the engine is now fully rebuilt. We've just got a couple of spark plug leads to go on there. We've got a new IMB26, which was actually, I would say, pretty much brand new, certainly been refurbished, and then nothing had been done to it since. It hadn't been fitted to anything, so I had to adjust the float in that. We've done the valve clearances, we've set the belt tension on there, cleaned out the oil filter and rebuilt the starter motor. So that is going to go back in the car relatively soon. So that's the first thing that's been done to the car, and then I'll just jump over and we'll have a little look at the gearbox and the car itself. So the gearbox does need a bit of a clean, a bit of a repaint, but it's good. It's got good seals on the drive shafts there. I've changed the main shaft seal, the input shaft seal, and that was leaking, which is why it's a bit mucky around there. So we'll clean that up, and then what we'll do is we'll stick that back onto the engine and we'll be able to do a first test fire of that. So that's the gearbox, that's ready to go back in and onto the car itself. As you can see, and you might have seen from some pictures, engine bay has been painted in body colour, ready to receive the new engine. These are just the choke and the accelerator cable, which are just kind of taped up to get out of the way. I have done a lot of the cabling down here as well. Just get a light on here because it's quite dark out here at the minute. So what I've done is I've refitted the clutch cable there, speedo drive cable, and I've run a new fuel line. Now these, as standard, have rubber fuel line going into a metal fuel line going into a rubber fuel line. I want to minimize the sort of risk of leaks, so I've gone rubber all the way from tank to carburetor, and I've got some clips that I'll drill into the bodywork, so it follows the standard pathway of the metal lead, the metal fuel line, and that will make it, you know, exactly as it should be, and keep everything out of the way, but have it all rubber. It's much easier to do that now than when I did the same thing on the blue car, which I did with everything in situ, including the complete interior, so that was a real pain in the butt. I've painted the inside, or at least got the base colour down on the inside. It's all going to be covered by carpet and everything there, but I've really done that so that I could start getting the centre console in, and so that I could get the pedal assembly in. So I've got the pedal assembly in there, the brakes are connected, the clutch cable is connected, speedo drive, fuel line, running all of its standard route up to there and up into the engine bay. So it's all pretty much plumbed in, and looking all right inside there. So that's where we are at the minute with this. Going to do a test fire on the engine when I get round to it, and then we'll be sticking that engine there onto there, and we'll be sticking it into that engine bay there, and it should look considerably nicer than it did when it first arrived. At least that's the plan. So if you would like to give us a like, give us a follow, subscribe to the channel, you'll be able to see all the updates on this. You'll be able to see some of the project work that we're doing on the blue car, and when I eventually get around to finishing the shoebox, you'll get to see that as well. So till the next time, this has been Fox Speed Shop. Take care.